Hey guys, welcome back to A.R.K Studios. It's Skull here, and today we actually have one of my favorite new games I just started playing, which is Monster Hunter, and this is actually a hunter himself. And so, quick question, we just talked about this earlier, but for the group here, what's the current armor set that you're wearing?
So I'm in the Azure Rathalos armor, called the Wrath Soul armor in Monster Hunter World.
Okay, awesome. And I did ask before, but as a quick reminder, what was the armor made out, the armor plating?
So this is EVA foam or Evazote foam, and then 2mm craft foam.
Gotcha.
And that's the majority of it.
And how'd you deal with making the designs and everything like that?
So I would take I had a generic pattern that I got from this part of the bracer, and that would be a sheet of foam that I would cut bevels into and glue together so it would have like these sharp angles. Then I would heat gun it and bend it back out so it has a fluted look. And then I'd take a soldering iron and carve all the scales in
so that was
individually.
done by hand?
Yeah.
How long did it take?
It's about an hour per plate.
Per plate, and then like the whole outfit together?
I did this arm in a week, and then I was time crunched, so I did the rest of the set in 6 days.
Insane.
Yeah,
That's
I don't recommend that.
But so what made you choose the Rathalos armor over all the other armor sets in Monster Hunter?
I thought it looked really cool, and it looked a lot like plate armor, like traditional plate armor, which I'm very familiar with, and so I thought it was buildable, because some of the armor doesn't apply to physics as much.
That's true.
In the game.
Yeah. Like my favorite's the Toby. I think it's
the Toby Kadachi. Yeah.
Toby Kadachi. I loved it, and I realized it's not that like reasonable of an armor set.
Yeah.
Like against the Anjanath, kind of, but you know. And so I saw that you actually got the grappling hook, I think, right?
Yeah, the slinger.
The slinger, yeah. So how'd you go about doing?
So I definitely wanted it to be able to. That's fine. If I can get it here, or not, do this. And I accomplished that by getting like a bunch of Legos I had, and just having 2 hinges here that these can slide on and off of. And so these will just function as a hinge, and then I have a roll of duct tape attaching the slinger to my arm.
Okay, cool. So any purpose with the wire around the duct tape?
So in the game, you have the grappling hook, which is below the slinger, and it has a spool of cable around it.
Okay, cool. That's actually cool. I forgot about the grappling hook the entire time. I just called it a grappling hook. So what got you in the first place into cosplaying? What was that thing that?
So I started cosplaying in January, and I had seen some of my friends go to conventions, and so last January was my second convention ever, or this January, and I wanted to try like actually building a cosplay instead of just wearing some stuff I had around, because I used to do LARP, and so I was coming from LARP into cosplay, so I had a bunch of like stuff, but I'd never built anything, and so I was wearing a costume from assembled parts that I'd bought, and everyone kept asking me, oh, how did you build this? How did you build that? And I'm like, I had to keep saying, I didn't make it, I bought it. And I felt really guilty every time I said that to someone, and I was like, okay, from now on, I'm making all my own stuff. And so this is like the first armor that I built.
Oh, so this is your first project?
I had another one that wasn't as much armor. It was like a backpack sort of costume, but this was my first armor project.
I had to say, that's really impressive for like your first official project for a cosplay, and you like knocked it out of the park, man.
Thanks.
And like you told me earlier that the what are they called? The bugs. I forgot what they're called again.
Yeah, I don't remember.
No worries. I think they're called like signal flies or something.
Oh, yeah.
And you told me, how were they, how was it?
Oh,
the battery pack up in there?
Yeah,
right?
so these are my flash something flies. I don't remember. There's a battery pack in one of the pockets that feeds into a bunch of string lights that are in this mason jar, and then there's a bunch of green cellophane crinkled up and wrapped around them.
Okay.
So it hides the wiring.
And it makes it look like they got the green light and the green glow and everything. That's really cool.
Oh, scout flies.
Scout flies. Yeah. That's what they're called, scout flies. Yeah. So And just for the audience's sake, if you want to go ahead, reveal your real name. If you have anywhere you want to like put.
I'm Zach Solivay. I go by Volpire Cosplay on Instagram, and that's where I post all my builds.
Yeah, okay.
And my build process.
Exactly, yeah. So if any of our viewers want to check out, give him some credit, give him some love. That'd be really awesome. He's done a really insane job on his first project on a full body armor. And I hope to the conventions to come, we get to see you more often and see more of your projects. It's going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So that seems like that'd be all the time that we have for right now, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And thank you guys so much for watching this. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.